Welcome to the Groomsmen. This is Scott. It's been a while. I know. Where have you been, boy? I know I said, will it shave? Part 4, round 4 for the... I will admit, I have cheated a little bit. That's why I haven't made this video. But as you can see, I'm rocking a good 10 plus days of growth here. And I have the Rec Supply Company razor blade. I have a feeling this is it for this. I don't think we're going to get much beyond it. I've been dry storing it and just tossing it in a bowl when it's done. I've rinsed it and dried it. So as you see, we have no rust. This is truly the 4th time of using it. I have not used it any other time. I've been making sure to be good to the users. And I'm going to be using the Petit Shorto slant right here, okay? This is, I got this off Italian or Italian Barber, I think it was. And this is a fantastic slant razor. The reason I'm going with it, A, it's a slant, but B, it's that open comb, so we're going to be making no plugging up of the razor. So, I know the Rex is designed and used for the Rex, right? I did use it in the Rex, but I have been using it in other blades, or in other razors, and it fits really nicely into the Petite here. Yeah, I've had this razor for a number of years. I know sometimes there was issues with the, like the blade alignment on these, coming in the mail. And I mean, it's not real gold, but it's colored in gold. And, I have no issues with this. So I haven't taken a shower, haven't taken anything. I still got to get wetted up and lathered up and let the good times roll with the 4th round of Will It Shave, all right? So your guess is as good as mine. Is it going to work? I don't know. But I will say this, and any of you who watched the other 3 rounds of Will It Shave know that this blade has been getting its workout. And what I mean by that is we haven't been taking it easy. I have had like 7+ days of growth, almost every single shave with this. So if it manages to make it even to a 4th shave, like with it and not too bad, that's really good. I mean, 4 days, 4 different times of growth like this. I mean, how many other razor blades could honestly say they would hold up to that? Other than, you know, we're using a thicker AC blade maybe, or a gem blade that's thicker. I've had the same gem blade I've used, you know, I'm somewhere at 7 shaves with that thing now. But the thing is with the gem blade, there's only like 3 razors, honestly, that I've ever used with the gem blade that I like. The other ones are just, they are so aggressive and so much. I can't take it. And one of them, believe it is not, is my 1908 Gem Micromatic Demansky. It's one of the very first. It's a very open comb, very first gems. It's a super good razor. But anyway, without further ado, let me go ahead and pause and do that movie magic where I go over here, get my brush, and then we get all lathered up. Hey, look at that, I'm back. I'm going to be using my rubber set, number 4. Never been used, brand new. This was set by Fayez. I've never used it, and he'll maybe be happy to see that I'm finally going to use it on set. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to initially just get a little wetted up. And I like to try to start setting the moisture early, especially if you're not going to shower. I use cold or hot, I don't really care. Whatever comes out of the tap, and I usually turn the cold water on. And we're getting to that time of year now where in Michigan the water's starting to come out of the ground around 60 degrees in our water mains. So we're getting there. So I'm going to go ahead and wet up my brush here. And yeah, I mean, look at this. This is a rubber set. Look how amazing of a job Fayez did with polishing this thing. I got this actually in an estate sale. I frequent the estate sales around here in my home area. And from my understanding, I ran into someone at one of the antique stores where I ended up buying a couple Fat Boys. And the woman who had the Fat Boy, she had told me that she bought it from someone in my town, my hometown here. Well, this isn't my hometown, but where we live currently. My hometown's a little p-dung town up north. And she told me that this guy had an entire basement of them. He just happened to sell her a couple. So a huge collection. I have a huge collection. I have some 300 razors, but I don't have a basement full. She says, yeah, his collection was elaborate. He had a ton. I was fortunate enough, about 2 years ago, to run into an estate auction over in Flushing, Michigan here. I was on my way back from work over in Saginaw, actually, so it kind of worked out good. One of the people there in Saginaw where I was working said something about it to me, and I looked into it, and I ended up going to this thing on the second day. So I missed all the rare. This barber had thousands of razors that he had collected. So I had missed a lot of the double ring this and da 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 da. But I showed up on second day with, believe it or not, I only showed up with like $400. So I didn't have a pocket full of cash like I had showed up to some. And the guy goes, this whole table, and I mean, this whole table was probably 4 foot, 5 foot across, and 15 foot long. And I kid you not, there was some 800 razors still on that thing. And some of them were in these big old jugs. So, and when I found out about this estate sale, I went to every ATM I could between here and there as I was driving and got, they're like $400. And of course, guess who was waiting for me when I got home? Yeah, my wife. What? My wife wasn't too happy because I'd already started collecting, and I had probably at the time I was probably 150 deep in razors at this point. I already had Fat Boys and Slims and a couple rare ones, but I hadn't hit the jackpot on any super duper rares like toggles or anything yet. Yeah, so I kid you not, when I walked in my house, my wife standing there, arms crossed. I just got the bank notice. I saw you took $400 out. I go, yep, I did. And don't worry, I'm gonna make $400 back. What'd you need $400 for? And I said, well, I bought like 800 razors. You did what? Yeah, you should have saw. Especially once I started hauling them into the house. Okay, so we'll get back to the story in a second. So your thoughts are probably, well, how was the shape? Okay, so there's a little drag. It's starting to get a little draggy finally, but it is still bearable. I mean, you can hear, but I'm not. It's bearable. It's a little draggy, but not bad. I have had much worse with brand new PE blades. So it's pretty good. It's pretty comfy so far, And I think part of it's the slant. The slants help. This is a mild slant, And everyone goes, oh, how do you shave with a slant? Look, how do you shave with it? You don't have to change the angle. Look, all it is the same old story as any other. I'm doing short choppy instead of long strokes because of the fact that I have really, really thick hair. I mean, so much thick it's plugging up my sink, to be honest with you. Don't tell my wife. It's going to look like I murdered someone in the sink here. Anyway, so to finish up, right? So I started bringing in the razors from my truck. And she was flabbergasted by the amount of razors. She didn't believe me when I bought, maybe 800 is an exaggeration, but I know it was seriously 500 plus. It was 500 plus razors I bought, some in cases, some in not. And I ended up adding some rare ones to my collection, like my Pro Back that's in a case. Bam, where do you think it came from, So, at this time, I had been selling some razors on the different groups and stuff, but I wasn't big time, So maybe I've talked about this in the past, maybe I haven't. This year I haven't done as much as I usually do, but I actually have been a razor dealer, and I have sold thousands. Actually, when it's all said and done, I can guarantee you, if you took everything that I have sold, it has been into the thousands. I'm I bet money on it. With all the pictures I could show you of all the lots that I have acquired, and it's been so much so that I'm gonna just tell any of you, if you're from the Michigan area, especially mid-Michigan, good luck, because everywhere within like a 2-hour stretch of Lansing, at least last year, I had cleared. I'd been through all of the antique stores. I've been to a ton and ton. I got myself right here. I knew I did. Um, Tons of antique stores, tons of estate sales. So I'm not saying there ain't new ones out there, but I've been to all the antique shows. And once you've been to a couple of the antique shows, they're all the same vendors mostly here, especially in Michigan. So I cleared them out. I sold tons and tons of razors, but I guess that didn't finish the story. So um, I started taking pictures of these, and then was like, all right, well, I need to sell these things. So I started looking around the communities for someone who buys in bulk, and I found a couple people that bought them from me, and I knew what I had with some of the rare razors, so I didn't. Yeah, I got myself pretty good right there. But that's what I get when I don't shave a lot. Especially if I didn't shower. So that does not surprise me that I got myself that good. But yeah, so found a couple buyers, started taking pictures, and got immediate offers. Like, I'm saying, like, I got home, kind of sorted what I had it, over like a couple hours. I sorted what I had, and then I started taking pictures right after I sorted it. And so here I am 2 hours after I got home, and then it sorted through, done quick sort, decided what I was keeping versus what I was getting rid of, which I cleared almost all of them. The rare ones that I didn't have in my collection and stuff, or ones that were just I didn't have, I kept, and the rest got sold. And I kid you not, so after I took the first picture and sent it to the buyer, the first lot doesn't get rid of, and they come back with, yep, I'll buy it for X dollars, right? I remember the first picture I took, it was somewhere around 600. It was like a $600 offer for the picture. And my wife, I showed her, I go, yeah, look, this is what they're going to pay me. What? That's what they're going to pay you? I go, yeah. Well, guess who all of a sudden was with helping me set up all the next pictures, you know what I'm saying? Like, put them all in order and set them all so I could get them all in the picture and stuff. Yeah. So I went from Doghouse to like Hero in a 5-hour time frame. It was great. She helped me put them all after the first picture, and she saw the offer like this. She helped me set up every single picture after that, and boom, 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 boom. My wife has gone on vacation with me to go razor hunting. I have been to Cleveland. I've been to Akron. We went to Cincinnati for weekend trips to go hunt estate sales and antique stores. Those particular cities, because that's where the true Gillette Techmatics were released, not the old crappy ribbon ones that were released in the 60s. No, the ones that they initially designed to have a DE injector into the side of them without them coming apart. Those were released in test markets in Cleveland and Akron. Unfortunately, they are so rare. The guy named Michael or however he says his name on the things has like a super rare. His collection's amazing. Any of the pictures he has post, they're like flawless razors, right? I only got a few flawless ones, but I do have a lot of crown jewels, in quotes. I have some 14 different British aristocrats, they're hard to come by. A lot of people don't have that many. I have 14 of those. I do have a toggle. I do have an executive. I got the cases for all those, I have every version of the American aristocrat that exists. yeah, so, like I have a lot of razors, a lot of the, rare ones, but that one and like a nickel toggle. I don't have a nickel toggle. They're rare. They really are. The original Techmatics, you know. So that's why I went to Cleveland. They were the test market for them. I hoped I'd find them. I mean, I can say I'll tell you what, we found some razors I paid for the vacation, but because I've sold. When I say I've sold hundreds and probably into the thousand of razors, that's not an understatement. The market now is so hard. A lot of people A know what they got, and B if they don't, there's so many other people looking for them. It's hard to get them now. So, and I'm too busy. We recently we do some private stuff. We have a company, whatever, and in some recent things, it's good news for us. It really is. It's super news for us. So things have been working out really good for us in life and everything. So anyone that'll say that oh blah blah blah. Well, me and my wife have worked for everything we have, everything where we are in life and whatnot. Nothing was handed to us. I often tell people I grew up dirt floor poor, which means we were poor growing up. No, I didn't have dirt floors, but we were poor. I'm from a poor family, as is my wife, Yeah, go to Instagram. What you doing? You do this? Yeah, so just that's how it is. We have been fortunate in life. I have been, I don't want to get into the religious thing and say I'm blessed, but hey, you know what? It's worked out all right. Could be much worse. So, and like I said, recent times things have been on the up and up with us. So anyway, will it shave part 4? Yup, it will shave part 4. I can tell you though, with the amount of tugging, the little bit that there will not be. I think four's it for this boy. I'm not gonna push it to a 5th. Not the way I've treated this blade. So now, if I did an everyday shaver with it, and I used a milder razor like my 23C or something, honestly, yeah, I might be able to get away with doing 5 shaves with this. I just don't know. It definitely will not do a 5th with that's what I like about slants. You see how, because like this side slants, so it allows me to get up underneath. Allows me to get up under my nose, where a lot of DEs, that's where you struggle with, right? Getting your nose hole clean. So, anyway, I'm sorry. I know that was probably a boring story. But I have over 300 razors in my collection now, and I have been collecting only as of August 2020 is when my collecting started. So I have been wet shaving since my daughter was born in 2015. But I've only been collecting of razors. So I had my Merkur 23C that you guys have seen on film. That was my first, right? And that's the razor that I used for up till 2020. I still use it. It's still in my regular rotation. It's been a minute since I've used the Fatigue. It's a fantastic razor if you're looking to get into a slant. The Fatigue, the short toe slant. It's an open comb. I get that, but I'm telling you, it looks more vicious than it is. This is a really mild slant. I really like it. Is my hand bleeding too? Jeez. Yeah, my hand. See that? Evidently, I don't know. But yeah, so kind of where we're at. But yeah, my collection, I was fast to trot. I threw a ton of time into my collection. My collection now is probably, because I do have I have some extremely rare razors actually. I have, let me show you. So I hunted this down. This right here is a British magazine advertisement from the 50s. And this right here is the Gillette Aristocrat Deluxe. No man could receive a more flattering present than the finest razor set ever made by Gillette. The gold-plated razor is a modern quick-action type that is and there is a blue Gillette dispenser with 10 blue Gillette blades and a neat gold-plated sheath. And the case is beautifully finished pigskin with a velvet lining, gold-plated edges. A man with this Gillette Aristocrat Deluxe will get years of clean, close, satisfying shaves. So the Aristocrat Deluxe in this set is a 1956 Aristocrat Deluxe and the one that I have, I got from a woman out of Montreal. Her dad, yeah, this is November 5th, 1956 right here. Her dad got it as a present from his sister for a Christmas gift over in Denmark. And then they moved from Denmark to England, and then she later moved here to Montreal. I still talk with her. That's the story of the razor. And the one that I have has the case, the original gold sheath with it. And this razor is in perfect condition, has never been touched or replated by anyone. I do use it because it's not that it was never used, but in the condition that it's in, it's even better than the one that you see on the Mr. Razor website or whatever, I forget what it's called. But then there's other sets in here. You know, you have a number 58 here set, the Gillette Aristocrat set here, another one, and a number 59 set. And I actually have all three of those sets along with this one, full cased, full blade dispensers and everything. So I have all four of these off this advertisement. I hunted this down for this one in particular because I see that as I have like two crown jewels. I know a lot of people consider a toggle a crown jewel. I have that too, whatever. But this one, I know the entire back history of it, you know. I am friends with this woman on Facebook, and she has commented on the videos when I have used this because, you know, I will be honest, dude, the deal I got on that razor, and it is extremely rare, extremely. I've only ever seen two for sale, and the one I bought, it's extremely rare. And, you know, at first I kind of was like, yeah, I felt like I stole it from her. But at the same rate, it was passed down to me from her. This thing will stay with me for as long as I'm alive. Because I'm not, unless something extremely bad happens and I have no choice but to sell my collection, which I better be on my deathbed before that happens, so to speak. I will not sell my collection. Anything that's in my collection will remain in my collection, even if you were to give me a ridiculous offer. Because I have an executive, a 1949 original Gillette executive with mint condition case. The mirror is there. I have the original blades, all three sets of them. Both of the other two are still wrapped in the tinfoil. I have the original directions, and that razor is in perfect condition. And I can show you, just hold on one second. Here's that razor. The original rhodium plating, and look at that. Still mirror finish. And believe it or not, the groomsmen have used it. Well, I think the only person I let use it was JD. I don't know that I sent it to anyone else. But I did send it to Jonathan. He kind of couldn't believe his eyes that I did. But he did make a video with it too, I think, at one point. Alright, I feel like I'm ranting and blah, blah, blah. So, anyway, I'm happy to be back. I know I need to do more content, but it gave me a great shave. I got myself here and here. But I got a great shave for it on shave 4. I will be tossing this blade. So, will it shave round 4? Yeah, it did. Will it make it round 5? I'm not giving it the chance because it's getting draggy. And at that point, that means it's time to get a new one. But 4 shades of super heavy growth, that means it's a pretty quality blade in my eyes. So, will it shave? The Rex blades are pretty good. I need to send them to the other groomsmen. I've been failing on that regard. I know, I've been telling them I will. It's kind of on me. All right, thank you, everybody. Remember, it's always in the name of science. Please stay safe. I'm not going to make it political other than this election, who knows what's going to happen. Your guess is as good as mine, right? So just please stay safe. Remember to vote. Get out there and vote. I don't care who you vote for. This isn't a political thing. Just please vote, because it's our country that we're voting for. It isn't anyone else's country. It's our country, right? We all belong to the same country. We're people. We are what we are, all right? So remember to go vote. Stay safe. It's always in the name of science. And please, above all, stay classy, everybody.